some players out there who just really struggle with Tekken and go, oh my God, this is going to take me 20 years to master. You know, I'm exaggerating a little bit. It sounds like that, right? And then you've got other people who are popping up, young people who are popping up and just like, hey, I'm just having fun and I'm a grandmaster or whatever, you know, like, what is that? Can you explain that? Is that just the art of the game?
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, definitely an art to it. There's parts of it that I can't even explain, but like there are players who can just kind of come out and like everything about the game just makes sense to them, right? Like they sit down and they just start doing things and like, oh, this is good, and then eventually they just keep training. And like I think Shadow's a good example of that. But he's a player who kind of just, he says he sits down, he doesn't think about much, he plays.
Yeah.
And it just, everything kind of makes sense and he just goes with it.
Wow. A little bit like seeing the Matrix maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is wild. This is an important question because people want to know details. Talk to me about training. Like, what do you do? Do you train on a daily basis? How many hours do you do? And what type of things do you do?
Honestly, all the answers to that depends on like where I think I am with the game at that point in time. Like how I trained when I was like learning the game is completely different than how I train like now.
That's a good answer. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, so tell me about those two phases, or more. There might be more, but like those two main phases, perhaps, like when you were learning and now.
So initially, when I was trying to figure out the game, like I said, games are kind of like a puzzle. When you want to figure out the objective. So I was like, okay. How do I win a game of Tekken, right? And eventually I kept questioning that, and it boiled down to I have to be able to make enough decisions to kill the other guy's health bar before he kills mine. And I wanted to kind of turn all of that into my favor. So I didn't want to make any bad decisions. So I'm like, what are bad decisions? What should I not be doing before I worry about like what I should be doing? So I found that, I figured out punishment, all that stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to make sure I don't do any unsafe moves for no reason. I don't just take damage for no reason. So I went through my character's move list, figured out what I shouldn't be doing, like what I should be doing. And then I'm like, okay, now that I got that out of the way, I want to be able to punish them when they make a bad decision, right? So like, I should be able to beat everyone who's doing the bad stuff before I worry about having to do the good stuff.
Yeah.
So I went through practice mode, but this was all before I even tried playing online. I was like, I'm going to do like 2 characters a day, just go through the frame data.
Wow, that's a lot of work. Yeah.
And then I just like practice punishing the stuff just so I know it.
Crazy, that's wild.
Then I was like, okay, wait, throws, right? You should be breaking throws in Tekken, because in Tekken you break them on reaction.
Okay.
So I was like, if I take a throw, it's because I messed up. That's the only reason. So practice my throw breaking like 30 minutes a day. After the punishment, then I'm like, okay, need to practice my movement because I want to be able to move properly. The difference between standing there and blocking and like moving and blocking in Tekken is huge.
Yeah.
So I practiced my movement to the point where I could, block and move as comfortably as I wanted to the point where like I just wanted to be able to, control my character and get stuff done without like taking damage for no reason.
That's incredibly important. That control of the character is deadly in all types of games, like with dashing and all the different options that you have. I think people underestimate that a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And that was a big deal to me, because I was like, if the game is like a strategy game, I want to if it's a mind game, right? A battle between the minds. I don't want anything to happen because like that I wasn't thinking about, right? If I lose the game, I want it to be because I was thinking this and I got punished for it by the other guy who was thinking that. So like I said, building control of my character, and making sure I wasn't like doing stuff without thinking about it. Right? So I didn't want to be attacking just because I was like panicking or something. I wanted to attack because I thought this guy's going to block here or something like that. So I went into online. This happened. I'm talking about it really quickly, but it happened like weeks at a time. Training these different parts, and I made myself not attack unless I wanted to, like unless I thought through this is a good time to attack, just to build that control. And then after that, it was just about getting more information about the game. So I just play a lot of online and see that's where it gets different, right? Because now I'm no longer just like practice moding all day. I'm going online. I'm playing people. I'm trying to figure out what are good strategies. What are people doing? How do I defend against all this stuff? So that's when I just became like a playing monster, right? I just would play online like all the time. Go to locals, play stuff like that. Just trying to get experience. And then Tekken 7 comes out, and my training becomes more practice mode again. I need to figure out all the differences in the game. I need to understand like what's changed about this game. What I do against these characters. I'm trying to like catch up to what I knew before. And now we are back at the experience part, where I need to kind of just play, get an understanding of what's good, and try to figure out like what's a good strategy, how to win games with Tekken 7, stuff like that.
Yeah. That is a really brilliant answer and makes a lot of sense.